Yo, people, and welcome to another episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. I am your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Jacob.
How are we, my brother? The NFL season is really heating up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Great week this week. Great week this week, I have to say myself. Some surprise results, but some good games. Some real good
Yeah,
games.
very good games.
Yeah. And a lot of talking points. A lot of talking points. And people have been fired. But
And I know you got one or two names that you've already suggested should be fired, but we may get to that. We may not get to that. We'll start off with, I feel like he's always not here when his team loses. His Bills, Deji's Bills, the Thursday night game. Obviously, the Texans defense, who are actually ranked. I said last week's episode, the Broncos defense are the best defense in the NFL, when it is actually the Houston Texans, who haven't been getting the limelight, but they are number one or number two in practically every defensive category. And they sacked Josh Allen 8 times, led by Will Anderson Jr. and then Danielle Hunter got into the act, as well as the rest of their defense. And it was a career high that Josh Allen had been sacked as well. Thoughts on that game? I mean, we've seen Josh Allen get a pass or no critique in that game compared to the previous week when he was Superman. He was, again, the best player in the world. And then the week before when they lost to the Dolphins, rarely any critique. But just thoughts on the game in general, because that's back-to-back games the Bills have gone to Houston. Remember last year, Josh Allen was 9 for 30, the lowest pass percentage. And the Texans won that one. But yeah, Texans on a 3-game win streak with Davis Mills.
My thoughts are the Texans are for real, and no one wants to buck that defense in the playoffs if they do get there. That defense is something special. As you said, Will Anderson Jr., he was training with Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons in the offseason, and you can see it showed.
They're all making noise this season.
Exactly. They're the 3 dominant players right now, in the specifically in the AFC. Well, obviously Mike is in the NFC, but you get what I mean. The defense, that's what stood out to me. Like, there's no great schemes that the Texans put up. They're just literally, we're going to beat you, and we're just going to beat you up, basically. And we're going to dominate that good O-line that the Bills have, because that Bills O-line is very good, but people will cuss and say they don't have any help, but that O-line is dominant usually. But the Texans defensive front was just special. Sacking Josh Allen 8 times. I feel like half the time that Josh Allen should get the ball out of his hands. Even though he can make these plays, but if you know your O-line's being dominated, just live to fight another day. Basically, throw the ball away.
Someone said in the comments, I think on YouTube or somewhere, YouTube or Twitter, that I was saying that he likes to keep his pass completion percentage as high as possible and not throwing the ball away. To be fair, someone said this for Lamar as well. So it's not me even picking on Josh Allen. And then I thought of like the top quarterbacks. We'll bring Burrow into this just for the sake of it. Mahomes is the only one that he's actually willing to just throw the ball away out of all them for the most. In terms of not caring about pass completion percentage, because over the last few years especially, Mahomes has been like lower than the others in that sense. So, but that was very evident for Josh Allen this week, taking that, it was an 18-yard sack. Well, was it even more?
He lost 70 yards in sacks in total in the game. So it was like, bro, what are you doing? You may as well, it gets to a point, like, just throw the ball away and let's go 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 28 and 3rd and, you get what I mean, or 2nd and 18. It made sense to kind of throw the ball away. Granted, great, okay, we hear every week, you don't have receivers, you don't have the help. But when you win, there's no talk on, you don't have receivers, you don't have any help. That's my only thing with it, is like, you are paid how much you're paid. I don't even know how much Josh Allen's paid, like 55, probably 60 mil a year, close to. Yeah. You can't now be, it's similar with the Bengals. The money is all on one side of, the money's all in one place. What do you want them to do? What do you want your team to do? Invest in what? What receiver can you get? What main receiver can you get? You had Keon Coleman there. The coach benched him. He's meant to be your new number one. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Bills are an interesting team. I don't really understand them right now. Obviously, before the season, we looked at their schedule and said, oh, this should be the easiest path to the one seed we've ever seen. Now we're looking at a team that is 7-4. And really, week to week, we don't know what they're going to do. So everyone's now saying, oh, the Bills might not make the playoffs. Before it was the Bills are Super Bowl favorites. The Bills are Josh Allen's the best player in the world. Now it's the Bills that might not make the playoffs. So I don't know. I don't know for the Bills, but the Texans are the real deal. And D'Amico Ryans has got that defense playing a strong, strong brand of football right now.
I completely agree with everything you've just said. A thing that I was confused with the Bills is why didn't they give James Cook the ball even more? Because obviously he had the big run, which kind of enhanced these stats. But he had, like, if I'm not mistaken, 17 carries for 116 yards or around that figure. That's nearly 7 yards on average. Like, and he was, bar the big touchdown, he was getting good yardage anyway, like 3 to 5 yards. I was just like, just give him an extra, maybe 5 carries. I don't know, innit? You get me? Like, obviously the D-line completely dominated the O-line, but the run game early in the game was actually quite good for the Bills. So I was quite surprised, like, even though Allen didn't throw a crazy amount, they left it in his hands even more in that sense. So yeah, I don't know. And this was one of the rare games that Cook had over 100 yards and they actually lost. But the fact that they were still,
do you know why though? I say Cook had over 100 yards, but the Bills had 3 turnovers. Josh Allen has 2 interceptions and they have a fumble. So like when you're giving extra possessions to an offense who actually aren't even moving the ball that well, because Texas offense weren't moving the ball that well, but when you're giving 3 extra possessions away, you put yourself in a hole, and that's what they did. And as much as we've said, oh, we want Josh Allen to be this Superman to play this type of football, you could also see that where it hinders him.
The turnovers.
The turnovers. And they're in key spots as well. It's like you're turning the ball over in the red zone or close to your own goal line. Like you're giving people short field of backups. You're making life easier for them. So that's my only thing with the Bills. I don't know what they're looking to do, but they're now looking like they're gonna be in the wild card.
And especially with the way New England are playing.
And we both know that the Bills on the road in the playoffs don't win.
Yeah, just gonna go through the Bills' remaining schedule. The Steelers, the Bengals. So Steelers away, if I'm not mistaken. Bengals at home, Patriots away, Browns away, Eagles at home, and then they finish off with the Jets at home. So, like, the back end is not that easy anymore, especially with Joe Burrow going to be back. And then we know the Steelers defense, they can turn it on when they want to. Like, they haven't been great, but they can. Obviously, Patriots might be favorite because the game's in New England. We've seen what the Browns defense have been doing all season, regardless of their record and their historic player, Myles Garrett. And then you're facing the defending champs, Eagles. Eagles know how to beat the best teams.
They'll lose city games, but they know how to beat their other teams, and they make it a hard, low-scoring game.
Yeah. So, again, now this Bills schedule, they should have had the best path out of the top teams to the 1 seed in the AFC. But, yeah, I don't know, with them now.
It's one of them years where it's looking like there's a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a possibility we could have no Lamar, no Patrick, no Josh Allen. Burrow's already gone. So there's a possibility we could have none of them.
During the 6 o'clock games yesterday, I was thinking, like, both when the Chiefs and the Ravens were losing, I was like, imagine we have none of them.
But the thing is, there's still a possibility. Obviously, the Ravens are leading the division now, but there's still a possibility that none of these teams that are there could be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's true. The back end of the season, other teams are looking good, and the schedule, and everyone's got to play each other as well. That's the weird thing. Like a lot of teams still in the playoff hunt are playing each other. So every game from that now seems like a playoff game.
Yeah, no, completely agree. But boy, hell of a win by the Texans. CJ Stroud should be back their next game. If he can just put up a bit more than Davis Mills, they're gonna be they're gonna get wins. They're gonna be hard to beat regardless because the defense, not just the pass rush, but the secondary are immense as well. Like led by Stingley Jr. I forgot the other cornerback as well, who's just been brilliant. But like, yeah, they're a team you don't want to face. If they sneak into the playoffs, yeah, it's long. It's long. Even on Will Anderson Jr. before we move on, they were saying he's previously said his favorite thing is actually pass rushing on the running back rather than the quarterback. They were saying it during the game, and I was like, bro, the guy's he's a menace, and I think he's up to get paid this summer, so he might reset the market as well.
Boy, if we saw 40, what's Micah Parsons, 45?
Yeah, and then what did Aiden Hutchinson get paid this season as well? Slack.
He's a bit less than 45, and he's that 42.
But I think, is it more guaranteed if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's a longer deal though, isn't it?
Yeah, so, boy, I mean, yeah, he's definitely going to get paid. But again, credit to the Texans for just going through this run without CJ, even though CJ weren't playing great. But he was starting to get slightly better. He could come back feeling a bit more confident into a team that are just going to be problematic. Two top teams in the AFC, the Chiefs and the Colts. Bloody hell, my heart was in my hands that game, mates. And obviously last week's episode, I had to back the boys. I wore the t-shirt. That's the first time I've worn the Chiefs top in a loss, but I had to back the guys to spread positive energy, not negative energy, and hopefully the positivity set free, winning that game in overtime. And just, yeah, I was just like, no, we can't go out this way. But the boys fought. The boys really fought, especially ahead of a game against Cowboys on a short week. But it was a big time win.
It was. Do you know what? I think the game taught me more about the Colts than the Chiefs, you know?
Interesting.
Just in terms of, I didn't know if the Colts were at the level where they could compete on the level with the Chiefs. Even though the records are saying differently, I didn't think they were at the level. They showed me that, you know what? They might be for real in terms of when it gets to the nitty gritty, I can trust in what they're doing. I don't think they went to the running game enough. I think they strayed away from that a bit too much for my liking.
Do you think that's because the Chiefs just completely shut down Jonathan Taylor?
I would still give him the ball. I'm just...
I think he only had, is it 15 carries?
That's not enough.
But just less than 60 yards. So it wasn't even 4 yards a carry.
I know it's not, but my thing is give the ball to your best player. I'm not putting Daniel Jones in the situation. In Arrowhead, specifically, I'm thinking, okay, Jonathan Taylor.
16 for 58, sorry. Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking Jonathan Taylor can... It only takes one. Do you get what I mean? As a running back, it only takes one. Just to break off a big run. We've seen it many times before. You know, we see 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 2 yards, and then a 44-yard run. So it only takes one. But I felt like the Colts, obviously early in the game, they were dominating. The defense was well placed. You know, they were stopping Mahomes in key areas. But then I feel like what happened is, you know, the Chiefs happened. And Andy Reid said, Patrick, take us home. I felt like Travis Kelce was on the sideline, really trying to amp everyone up. I felt like that was a real playoff atmosphere as well. Him really trying to put the pressure on everyone, saying, "Okay, we're good, but we need to win this game." Chris Jones was in there as well, and you know, you had the veterans really leading the team and kind of putting the championship mentality on their back, and you saw that play out towards the end of the game. Rashee Rice with a load of huge catches down the stretch, and yeah. I feel like the game taught me a lot about the Colts because I knew the Chiefs had this in them. And I feel like Andy Reid put the onus on Mahomes and on the veterans towards the end of the game to kind of win it for them. And I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah. No, that's fair. In terms of the Colts, I'm not gonna say they bottled it or anything. I think the moment was quite big for them. Because again, like you said, it was because of the Chiefs' position, the game became a playoff game for the Colts, if that made sense.
Right.
And just and when you think about it, yeah, like as great as Daniel Jones was playing in the first half, because we couldn't get near him, it was because of the Chiefs giving up either like Patrick's interception, short yard, like they were because we completely dominated them in every yardage factor.
Right.
Running the ball, passing the ball, total yards. I think it was nearly double, if I'm not mistaken. But the Chiefs had key turnovers, or like our special teams was just crap. It's been rubbish all season. We're getting in the end zone. If it's not a turnover, it's a penalty, and we're not getting a touchdown. And it just kept on. Like the Colts, they were just early on, they were just putting on the points. They didn't have to, for me, they didn't have to do too much to put on points on the board. And the big problem with the Chiefs is defensively. The defense, they stepped fourth quarter overtime, they more than stepped up. So credit where it's due. And I feel that's credit to Spags, like because of the game plan that he drew up, like during those moments, the schemes, everything. But if the Chiefs pass rush do not get any pressure on the quarterback, bro, you had Daniel Jones looking like Danny Dimes. That was Danny Dimes. And then I've said it before, I don't feel like the Chiefs secondary is actually that good. So if it's just the defense, don't give up a lot of points, weirdly. If they're not getting no pressure, bro, like you said, Chris Jones, I'm glad you mentioned him. If Chris Jones didn't step up in the fourth the way he did, just on pressure alone, the back end might have still got cooked. Yeah. So, like, a lot of the teams in the NFL with great pass rushers or a good unit of pass rushers, the one thing they do majority of the game is constantly cause pressure. Bro, a lot of that game, Daniel Jones had so much time to throw the ball, bro. So much time. So the wide receivers are just getting free. And I'm like, bro, like, I felt for our secondary. And you see, like, how you said with the Texans, like, sometimes their DC or Nico Ryans, well, I know it's their DC that's now taken a lot of control. He might not have to draw up a lot of plays because the front four, it's like the Broncos, the front four, they're going to get to you. Like the Eagles have shown this. The front four, even if it's a 5-pass rush, they're going to get to you. The Chiefs, they don't do it enough unless they blitz. So I'm still concerned.
You also know when the blitz is coming. I feel like he knows now when the blitz is coming.
Yeah, that as well. But still, Spags is still very good with it, even when teams go. Like, so I feel just in general this season, Spags, he deserves a lot of credit, man, because I don't feel the Chiefs defense have enough playmakers. The Chiefs don't create turnovers. Like, and you know me, I've been saying this for time. This has been going on for over a year. Like, they just managed to just get through these stuff because everyone joins up collectively. But if they're not having good games or someone's having an off game, we see that when Chris Jones has off games, the defense just gets dominated. So it's just those key moments. So our offense has to match other teams' offenses, and then the defense have their moments. And obviously, like, Mahomes didn't really play well until the fourth and overtime. I think he had 213 yards. And again, Patrick is just these like key turnovers. You're just giving teams a head start, bro. Like, especially in the end zone. Like the Kareem Hunt one, I can't even get on Kareem Hunt too much. That was the Chiefs' first rushing turnover in all season. I think in over a year or something like that. I think since Kareem Hunt last year. So it was over a year ago or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But then that was also the Chiefs' first 100-yard rushing game in over a year since Kareem Hunt. So,
because I know you guys have fumbled the ball a lot, but you've recovered them yourselves. So I know that's happened, but obviously them actually being turned over. To be fair, to lose a turnover battle and still win the game.
They're one of the teams that have shown over this Mahomes tenure that can do that. Like, even I think double-digit comebacks, Mahomes' record bar. Well, the Chiefs since Mahomes been there.
Yeah.
compared to everyone else historically. It's a joke. Like it's still over 50% win rate, which is just stupid. Like so, like it's like the Chiefs just drew on past experience. They needed every ounce of past experience to get them through. And like you said, Rishi Rice, just he's stepped up as well. Just
Mm-hmm.
big plays, like the big every down counted for the Chiefs. Those third, fourth downs, like the Noah Gray catch, and then he got injured. Like everything counted, like every ounce. So it was a spirited win, I should say. It was a
Yeah,
spirited win.
definitely needed because you lose that, you 5-6,
Mm,
and you're looking at the player picture from the outside and going, okay, and the thing is, your games aren't easy. I remember we looked at the schedule, like
yeah, they're
going
not.
down the stretch. It's like each week you're like, okay, who do I pick? Who's gonna win? Because
Mm-hmm.
the teams you're going up against, even the Cowboys next week, you go like last 2 weeks ago, you'd say, oh, the Chiefs have beat them, but now you're like, oh, I don't know. The
It's
Cowboys
a
defense
delicate
seems
game.
like it can play, and the offense is, we know what the offense is. So
And the
yeah,
game's
but
a del-
good win and a much needed one because we need our best teams in the playoffs. We need the
Yeah,
best quarterbacks anyway in the playoffs.
yeah.
So we know Burrow's missing it again this year, so it's just we need the other three in there.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Hey, come on, Kansas City. Uh, quick one. Seahawks.
Yeah,
The score got tight, but it shouldn't have got tight against the Titans. But we've sung his praises enough, and we're not gonna stop. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who
yeah,
now has the Seahawks record of most receiving yards in a season, and they've
yeah.
only played 11 games
Mhm.
ever. I was thinking, bro, what's the Seahawks receivers been doing in history?
Nothing, nothing. Be real, nothing. But yeah, no, I saw that yesterday. I was like, oh wow, to
Yeah,
break a record in 11 games, then the next lowest is DK,
yeah.
obviously, and he's gonna absolutely he's to break it. This isn't him breaking it. He's already broken it, so he's gonna eclipse this record,
Mm-hmm.
which is already crazy for 11 games to have 1,300 yards plus. And yeah, the Seahawks are. We speak about them each week. They're a very dominant side. They're
Mm,
real good at what they do. Last week felt like a blip, even though they were in the game until the end of
yeah.
it still. So they're a team in the NFC that you need to really watch out for. And they're strong. They're strong on every front. When Sam Darnold doesn't have turnovers, even when he does have turnovers, they're still in the game. So
Yeah, he had a clean game.
yeah, but you can never count them out. And they've got the right receiver quarterback combo. They've got a true number one. All
Mm-hmm.
the pieces around an offense work well. So I like them a lot. I said before the season started, don't sleep on the Seahawks, and I feel like they're in a good position. And big up Cam Ward. You know what? Sometimes we did say about him earlier in the season he wasn't great, but Cam Ward did have a good day. Do you get what I mean? I think it's one of the better days I've seen from a quarterback against that Seahawks defense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So, we knew that the Seahawks would win the game, but for quarterback play and for a rookie, and you can kind of see how he's developing and growing throughout the season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a fair point, especially against that Seahawks defense, who again they're one of the better defenses in the NFL. Wasn't it before the Rams game? I think they were top 5 in offense and defense.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah. Divisional game, NFC North, Packers, Vikings. Just a standard win for the Packers.
Yep.
Jordan Love
Expect-
did not have to do much.
Expected.
Yeah.
The Vikings, they need
JJ McCarthy.
yeah. I'm giving him grace till the end of the season, and probably next season as well because he's young. This is basically his rookie year, essentially.
Mm,
Um, so he is actually a rookie year. This is actually his first year as a starter. He has to get
uh,
used to everything.
Question: we just spoke about Sam Darnold. Did the Seahawks make a mistake? Sorry. Did the Vikings make a mistake not keeping Sam Darnold?
Oh, 100%. 100%. But when you have a first round pick there,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do? Do you get what I mean? Do you first round pick and he's getting paid quite a bit of money? Do you get what I mean? Do you wait? Do you make him wait when he was your starter before Sam Darnold came in?
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, okay, cool. Sam Darnold was a great bridge QB. He got you over. He exceeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but then you're expecting that same offense to come back. In your mind, you're saying, "Oh, JJ McCarthy's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold," and that's what they're thinking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why they got rid of Sam Darnold to do this JJ McCarthy experiment. It hasn't paid off, obviously, injuries, and we can tell he's a very injury-prone quarterback because he's missed more time than he's been in 2 years. And yeah, I think they regret the decision now, but the Seahawks have won this trade. Well, it was when it was a trade, was it? It was just a
No.
free go. Yeah.
The Seahawks had a free reign once the Vikings basically said no. Yeah, because what JJ McCarthy had 12 for 19, 87 yards, 2 interceptions.
Not good enough.
Yeah, yeah. The run game had more yards than him, and
It's
between
interceptions, bro. And you know what? That's what it is. It's the interceptions because they're not interceptions that you should be throwing. They're always like you're going for something, but
Mhm.
if you carry on doing the same things over and over and over again every week, I'm gonna just start thinking, bro, have you not learnt your lesson?
Mm.
Like, what are you seeing that everyone else is not seeing?
That's the thing. Like, he wasn't this player in college. It's not he was a great college player, but he was a clean college player. He was a he was a conservative like quarterback to get you over the hump. Be good, just be good for great surroundings. Because I think the Vikings wage bill was actually quite high from
Yeah,
what I've
it's
heard and stuff like that.
highest in the NFL, isn't it?
If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like you've got the talent on offense. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a good run game duo and Aaron Jones, Mason, but like receiving core, we know Justin Jefferson,
Alice,
flipping Jordan Addison, then Hawkinson, like, bro,
even Adam Thielen, if you want to throw him in there.
yeah, bro, like Naylor,
Yeah,
like I think Naylor, Addison, and Thielen had zero zero reception. They all had. Let me just look. They all had one target, but they all had zero receptions.
bro, you can't. This is the thing. Like a receiving call like that, they're not even. They're beating press coverage. They're always actually open. So you're
Yeah,
not missing throws.
especially because you've got Justin Jefferson, who will get doubled and still gets open.
Exactly. So you're just missing throws at this point. So it's actually now we're looking at you because this receiving core, this offense is good. We've seen it last year. We saw what Sam Darnold did in it. We've seen what every quarterback has really done in it. Carson Wentz can move the ball in this offense. He just couldn't score in this offense.
Yeah, like
So
this is where I was like, I feel for Justin Jefferson, bro. Like he puts up numbers without great quarterback play or very good quarterback play. Obviously, Sam Darnold put up very good numbers last year, so credit to him. But just Justin Jefferson's numbers, which again enhances how great he is. But
yeah,
he's probably got to a stage in his career now. It's like I want to win. Like I put
yeah,
up the numbers, I've got paid. I want to win. I'm not going to be this great for this long.
100%.
So. And then the Packers, obviously, to be fair, it was more so for their defense. Great defensive game. I think Micah had 2 sacks. Again, like I said, Jordan Love didn't even have 150 yards, but it wasn't needed. They just needed to get the win, and then job done in that one. Ravens Jets, a weird game. A weird game. Another game that you could say Lamar struggled.
Yeah, be playing well, bro.
Yeah, barred
Yeah.
the second half against the Dolphins. Since he's come back from injury, he hasn't looked as assured. But again, credit to their defense. Defense have been, even though they've not played very good quarterbacks, their defense have been fantastic. So it's just a confidence builder for them.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyrod was arguably he was moving the ball a little bit. Sorry. Like we've known the Jets, they just can't finish off their dinner. They can't really do much. And then key turnover, Brees Hall when they were in the red zone as well. But yeah, the Ravens offense, they've done what they've needed to do in terms of since being 1-5, they're now 6-5. But are you concerned with their offense? Because even Derrick Henry, he had a lot of carries, 21 carries yesterday and just over 60 yards. Couldn't do much, but he got the TDs. Are you concerned with the Ravens offense heading
I
into
wouldn't
this?
say I'm concerned. Do you know why? Because at the start of the season, this offense, for the first 3 games, although they were losing before Lamar got injured, they were at a league high, putting up ridiculous numbers. So I don't know if it's a case of we're playing down to the opposition, because the opposition they're playing right now isn't great. If I'm being honest, they're all losing records and they're playing good defenses in the Browns and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think the Ravens had to go for a blip offensively because they've been so high on offense for the past 2 seasons. And the defense is the one that's going through ups and downs. I feel like it was a case of the Ravens offense had to go for a blip, maybe for a 5-game stretch or a 4-game stretch, 3-game stretch, which we've seen so far. So I wouldn't say it's a concern right now. Do you get what I mean?
Do you think Lamar's fully healthy though?
No, but you're never going to be coming off a hamstring.
Because this is the first time Lamar's been injured and came back during the season. Usually Lamar sits out the rest of the season when he's injured. Not sits out like that, but it's just out for the rest of the season. So obviously this is a bit of a stumbling block, a hurdle for him. But is it hindering his play? Of course he should play. Do you know what I mean? But is it hindering his play? Because I think back-to-back Wednesdays, he sat out training and then been back training on Thursdays.
Hamstring is the weirdest and hardest injury to come back from because you never know. Do you get what I mean? It feels good one day. It doesn't feel great the next. It feels tight. You're like, okay, I can play through it. But if you push too hard, you know it can go again. So I feel like that's in the back of his mind. I think he's thinking too much about the hamstring, especially when it's like, oh, should I take off and run? Do you get what I mean? Can I run full pace? Can I do this? He's not just instinctively doing things as he used to. So I think if you take away his instinctive nature, it takes away a lot of his game. And I feel like
he hasn't run the ball either.
This is the thing. So I feel like his goal this year, and his goal every year, is just to win the Super Bowl. And I think the goal this year right now is let's just stack these wins. And then when it comes to playoff time, look, if the hamstring goes in a game, it goes. You get what I mean? So the instincts will be back. I think right now he can be conservative and they can still win these games because their schedule isn't the most difficult. I think when a better opposition comes, we might see him back to, clicking, and because he might have to. Right now, it's not a have to and a need to.
Their schedule's interesting though. So they've got the Bengals, the Thanksgiving game, the late Thanksgiving game. So Bengals and Steelers back-to-back 2 divisional games at home. Then the Bengals away, the Patriots at home, the Packers away, and then they finish off the season. This could be the game for the division, the Steelers away. So, and Joe Burrow's coming back. Depending on how healthy he is, that's 2 divisional games, like 4 divisional games, but facing the Bengals and Steelers twice. And then the other 2 games are the Patriots and the Packers.
So if it is an offensive blip, it needs to be corrected right now. Basically.
When I read the schedule, you were like, okay, cool.
It needs to be corrected right now. The Bengals will let you get away with it just because their defense is so bad.
Yeah.
The Steelers, we just know how the Steelers play the Ravens and Lamar. So we know they don't getting away with it.
And then Rodgers should be back if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And then you got the Bengals again, but then you got the Patriots. You know what their defense is like, especially against the run. The Packers, you already know they're hanging ahead of their defense this year. And then the Steelers again. So if it's an offensive blip, while the defense is playing back to the level what we thought the Ravens defense would be at, offense needs to now come back with the offense that we saw at the start of the season. Because if you can marry those 2 up, then we're going to go, okay, the Ravens are going to be a real contender. Because right now I'm watching the Ravens and going, hey, you guys are winning, but you don't, I feel like it's going to be, you're going to make the playoffs and then you're going to be gone. You might win the first game. Let me say that. You might win the first game, but then when you play serious competition, and I say serious competition, when you're not playing at home, because the second game won't be at home, the
first game could be, for argument's sake, the Bills.
The thing. But only thing about that is the Bills lose on the road. and you play them quite well. As much as you lose to them, you actually do play them quite well. So I just feel like if the offense continues the way it is right now, I think they'll make the playoffs, but it's one and done. Or you win one and then you go home as soon as you gotta go on the road. But I feel like Lamar will get it all together, because unless he's having one of them like Mahomes years where it's a down year and then a playoffs come and you just do a madness. If it's that, then everyone would be happy. But
everyone would, but we've just not seen that.
This is the thing. So we can't trust in that. Because we're used to him being regular season superb.
Yeah.
So if you're now switching to regular season, you just want to be cool and we're chill, and then playoffs we see superb. Okay, cool. But you have to show us that first.
Because I don't feel like any team would panic if they had the Ravens, regardless home or away, in the playoffs.
Not right now.
Yeah. Whereas like yesterday, probably the whole of the AFC and maybe the whole of the NFL were hoping the Colts would win that game against the Chiefs. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, you're right. Like the Ravens, they just got to get the wins, but their offense does need to start clicking, whether that's the pass game or the run game, or they're dominant in the run game. But it needs to click, like especially with I won't say super tough schedule left, but a very interesting schedule because
everything from now to the end of the season is basically a playoff game. So get your hard hats on, and we're heading.
Them and the Chiefs are in playoff game, playoff mode early. The other game that went into overtime, the Lions Giants. Jameis Winston nearly pulled off an absolute classic. I tweeted yesterday. I said the NFL need to pay him extra just because of his entertainment value, like everything.
Yeah, Jameis is a special character, and this is why he was drafted number 1 at one time in life. Like he puts on film sometimes like how good he is, and how good he could be.
His arm strength is immense,
This is it. Some of them throws, you're saying, Jesus. Even the fact that he's caught a touchdown, he's got a receiver touchdown, he's got it.
Bro, man did and the Heisman.
So, and then he adds juice to the locker room. He brings energy, and you can see that on the field, offensively, defensively, especially against a team like the Lions. So I felt like for Jameis, it was like his coming out New York party. Although they did not win the game.
Yeah.
They were very much in the game to win the game. The Lions, on the other hand, they're scaring me a bit. Jahmyr Gibbs is playing like the best player in the NFL.
He's scary.
He's scary. But the rest of the team, I think Dan Campbell needs to give play calling back to his OC. I think he needs to focus on just making the correct decisions, because they keep going on these fourth downs half the time, not getting them.
Yeah, they used to be really dominant on fourth downs.
He needs to just focus on his focus, and that is not play calling. I don't feel like the defense where they need to be right now.
Because the Giants should have arguably won that game.
I think they should have. I think they should have just won the game. But because they're not...
both teams, they put up over 1,000 yards. So Lions 494, the total yards, and then the Giants 517. Passing yards 395. Obviously, one of them was the big the touchdown to Jameis, but Jameis put up 366 himself.
See,
so the Lions. Wandale Robinson had 9 for 156.
Wow, ridiculous.
One thing about Jameis, whoever your wide receiver, if you're not a big name wide receiver, bro, you could put up numbers.
Oh, 100%. He's in
I might even say he launched Chris Godwin and Mike Evans' careers.
Oh man, if you're a wide receiver under Jameis, you're getting the ball at some point. And that ball's being thrown. It's gonna be the best of the best and the worst of the worst. That's what we're getting with him. There's no in between.
Yeah.
But the Lions, they're concerning. Because
they are.
Just because we came in the season saying, I did anyway, I think they're going to be in the Super Bowl. And every week they tell me why they're not going to be in the Super Bowl.
Literally, if it's not for Jameis Gibbs' brilliance this season, where because what he put up, 15 carries for 219 yards,
Look at
caught
that.
another 45, 3 touchdowns altogether. So that's over 250 scrimmage yards. Like, obviously, Amon Run had a big game as well, but it's the previous game, is the game that they lost where Jameis Gibbs was again excellent. It's like he's either keeping them in games or winning them games just through brilliance. Like, and we've seen because of his dual threat, like, not that he's leading the league in rushing. I think he might be that put him into top 3 or top 4, but because of his receiving numbers, he's becoming that CMC factor.
Very strong. Very,
So,
very, very important. And
yeah, the Lions. Do you know what? Let me actually look up their schedule quickly because they are a bit of a not cause for concern. Okay, so they're the first Thanksgiving game. They got the Packers at home. Then they've got the Cowboys at home the following Thursday. And that game's on turf. So even though the Cowboys are going away from home, we know what they're like on turf because that's their home. Then they got the Rams away. They got the Steelers at home, Vikings away, divisional game, and then the Bears away, divisional game to end the season. That could be for the 1 seed in that division. So their schedule is not easy.
That's a very good schedule. Yeah. Because everyone in there is, bar the Vikings, really, are going for the playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing for something. Yeah, and then it's a tricky schedule. And didn't the Vikings beat the Lions already this season?
Last week, no, yeah, last week, wasn't it? No,
I feel like they beat them on my birthday, 2nd of November in Detroit.
Yeah, I remember that game.
27-24. So again, they're playing a team that they're good all around, poor quarterback play, but they can win these games.
Yeah.
And they might just want to end their season's done. They might just want to put a spanner in the works. So it's a tricky schedule for the Lions remaining. You said before we started the Bears. they're making their games interesting, but they're winning. They are winning.
They are.
Bears Steelers. Thoughts?
The Bears, hey, Ben Johnson might win Coach of the Year. Because he has them playing a special brand of football. They're good everywhere, although the games are real close all the time. Like there's no like big gap. Sometimes winning these close games prepares you for what's to come. So I feel like they're in a great place right now, and you can see how the franchise kind of turned on its head from last year to this year. Them actually winning games, being a real contender in the NFC right now, and you're looking saying, I think the Bears can really make some noise. They look good everywhere. Although Caleb had the sack fumble in the end zone, which led to a touchdown for the Steelers. That's obviously TJ Watt's brilliance. But I feel like the mistakes aren't getting the better of him anymore. Like, he'll make a mistake, but then he'll be like, okay, cool. Let me compose myself and then go back through the progressions and go again. So I feel like that's what's changed about him. And I feel like Ben Johnson's instilled confidence in the offense, in the defense, and in Caleb individually to put him in a place where he's comfortable and there's not going to be anyone looking over his shoulder for things like that. So I feel like I like the Bears. I do like them. And they've put themselves in a real good position at this juncture in the season to make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah. And do you know what? Yeah, fair play to them. They were missing, if I'm not mistaken,
injuries,
3 or 4 of their starting linebackers. And I even watched like their post-game speech in the changing room and stuff like that. But I saw it before the game. That's when I was like slightly concerned for them. And then again, they just got the win on the board. So yeah, like you said, Ben Johnson, he is a candidate for Coach of the Year for sure. And Caleb is overcoming his mistakes. Like, he's not letting it control the rest of his game. It's good it happened early. It's not good it happened in general. Should have just took the safety instead of trying to dash the ball away. But again, like you said, TJ Watt's brilliant. But again, he overcame it. 3 touchdowns, nearly 250 yards. So no, it's a very good win for the Bears.
Bad Steelers though.
Huh?
Bad loss for the Steelers because you've now let the Ravens lead the division.
It was, but it was also no Aaron Rodgers. It's good they didn't rush him back as much as he wanted to play, and he even walked out saying to the Bears fans, "I own you," as he's historically done. So I think for the rest of the season, it could be a very good decision. Because again, the Ravens, the destiny's in both their hands. They match up again twice and all that stuff. So it's going to be an interesting rundown for that division. Another team in their division that surprisingly caused the Patriots a lot of issues. The Bengals, who were actually, dare I say it, good defensively?
Yeah, they were. They were. Obviously, they had the interception early on. Drake May is always susceptible to throw an interception. I feel like every week he throws one. So
yeah, as good as he's been. Yeah.
I felt like Drake May threw that interception, but you know what's always going to happen? Joe Flacco is going to give you one. So Joe Flacco returned the favor. And then I feel like, the Patriots really came into that. Although the game was close. The game was close. And it was actually a good game. I feel like the Patriots just showed that why they are the number one seed in the AFC right now, why they're the dominant force. As much as the Bengals were fighting for their lives, because I felt like that was the game that they had to win if they wanted to even think about still being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of killed them off completely. But yeah, the Patriots, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Although, some of these games I feel like you should blow out and dominate these type of teams. They are NFL teams. They are NFL players. And yeah, they got the job done. At the end of the day, that's what they need to do. Keep stacking the wins.
No, like you said, it does feel like May has like an odd interception per game. But then he made that big throw like in his own 5 yards, I think on third down or so. It was a beautiful throw. So they're making the plays where they need to. It was they're one of the teams this weekend, well, quite a few of them just got the job done, innit? In tricky circumstances. The only issue going forward is Will Campbell, their left tackle. They think, I believe I saw today he's done his MCL, so they think he might. Initial phase was ACL, but it's MCL. They think he might be back for the playoffs, but it's whether he's going to be up to full health, because again, he's showed why he was drafted so high. Even though Drake May's taken a lot of sacks, he's been brilliant in terms of in that O line. So yeah, it's going to be the Patriots are lucky they've got a nice schedule compared to the other teams.
Yeah,
put it like that.
I was gonna say their schedule was. I think they're a playoff team anyway, just because. So was it 6 more games?
What are they, 9-2 or 10-2?
Yeah, 6 more games.
Yeah, no, 5 for them because they've not had their bye week.
Oh, okay. So there are 5 more games for them. Yeah. So they're like, I think, even if they lose 2 of the 5, they'll win the division anyway.
They should, because
the Bills are 7-4, aren't they?
Yeah, but on the loss column, the Bills are only 2 behind, and one of them is they're facing each other. So quickly,
one of them has to beat the Bills. They have to beat in that. They can lose 2, but it can't be against one of them. Can't be against the Bills.
Their schedule is Giants at home. If I'm not mistaken, Monday night game. Then they've got a bye week. Then they face the Bills. So nice time to face the Bills. Coming off rest. Yeah. Then they go to Baltimore, and the Ravens must win. For them, away at the Jets, and then at home to the Dolphins. So everyone's schedules that I've read today, they've got the easiest schedule.
Yeah, they're without Will Campbell, they should win 3 of those 5.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like you said, they're already at 10 wins. Get to 13, they should. It'll be interesting how many wins clinches the whole AFC, let alone their whole division.
Yeah.
The 2 teams with 2 losing records, but it was a game where it was arguably the most watched game for losing teams. Let's just put it like that. The Raiders versus the Browns, and that is obviously because of one Shedeur Sanders, who created Cleveland Brown history.
Yes.
Being the first rookie to win a game since, I've seen on 2 different pages, I've not verified. One said since 1999, one said since 1995.
It's the 1995 one.
It is 99.5. I saw that on multiple platforms. So that report, I need to at him for feeding me wrong information. But 30 years, and because I believe before this, rookie quarterbacks for the Browns were 0-17
Yes, they were.
in their first starts.
Yeah.
He didn't have a massive game, but he made some key plays.
Yes, he did. This was the one game I watched with my eyes on because I said, you know me, I wanted to watch what Shedeur did. I didn't want to go on social media seeing people tell me something that didn't happen. So I said, let me watch this one with my full attention. And I feel like he made the off-schedule plays he made were what proved why he should have been probably drafted higher. What proved that he should be their starter going forwards. I'm talking about him rolling out to the right. The blitz is coming, him rolling to the right and making a 55-yard throw down the field.
Did you see Myles Garrett?
Yeah, Myles Garrett couldn't believe his eyes. So it was those off-schedule plays. It was even the one to Jerry Jeudy where he's like rolled to the right again and he's waited. Jerry Judy's become free. He's thrown it down the field to him. Jerry Judy's then done his nonsense. But hey, you know, he's definitely. But we've spoken about the Browns wide receivers. But yesterday was about Shedeur, was about Myles Garrett, was about their defense. And Shedeur did, for me, he did enough to start the next game. He made one, that was the main thing. He made history. 2, you had one bad turnover, which you'll learn from.
It was a great defensive play, though. Like,
it was.
He snuck out of nowhere.
Yes, it was. 3, he pushed the ball down the field, and that's what the Browns have needed. Do you get what I mean? The play calling was still conservative, but he managed to make something more out of the play calls. Even his screen pass went 66 yards. Do you get what I mean? For a touchdown. But we haven't seen that from them. So I felt like him being in there, there was a different type of energy that everyone was playing with. I think that 55-yard pass just brought the whole team energy. You saw Myles Garrett's reaction. And
Myles Garrett said after the game, there's only a few quarterbacks that can make that play. And then people in the comments are like, bro, we know you love him, but there's enough quarterbacks that can make that play. But at the same time, like, Shedeur's arm strength that's not something he's known for. And that was great arm strength on the run for 50 yards. Like, those throws aren't easy the way it fell perfectly for the receiver. Do you know what I mean? So
I feel like overall, once they got the lead in the game, and they're not used to playing with a lead. So once they got a good enough lead, the defense can just go to town, do what they did. They were sensational. I think that because they create so much pressure, you have to leave Myles Garrett one-on-one. And that's a real problem for offensive lines. They can't block him. No one can block him. So you double up over there. You have Mason Graham on the other side killing people. But because of the pressure that they apply, Myles Garrett is there to just wreak havoc. And he did that all day. The Raiders are terrible, I'll be honest. Like,
do you know what? Yeah, defensively, they're actually, before the game, they're ranked the 14th. They're ranked 14th in the NFL. Like, obviously, people were like, Shedeur beat the Raiders well. But he beat a defense that are actually better than average.
That's the thing. And it didn't look bad. Did you get what I mean?
They create a good pressure on him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, of course, led by Max Crosby, but...
Like, a lot of the things... he only had 1 sack, but he had a lot of throwaways, which was actually good from him because he's used to seeing him go backwards. So it's like, okay, you've learned your lesson. Just throw the ball away when it's not there. We understand the receivers don't create enough separation quick enough. So it's like, there's nothing there. Let's not be a hero today. Let's try and create. We're already leading. Let's just throw the ball away. And they stopped the run well, the Raiders did. They didn't. Yeah. They kind of nullified the run. They said, today, this is not what's beating us. Although they gave away 2 wildcat touchdowns with the ball just being snapped directly to Judkins. But in the open field, they stopped the run and said, okay, you're going to beat us with your arm. But the defense and special teams put the Cavs, put the Browns in position to kind of win the game, essentially. And then Shedeur did the rest. And I feel like going from here on out, we should see Shedeur Sanders.
Fair. No, I agree. I just feel like the way the experienced players in the Browns spoke about him before the season started, it's like they wanted him to be the star or to be given a chance then. Even if Myles Garrett is majorly exaggerated, it shows like
he believes.
It shows the the XP pros on their team, they want Shedeur playing. It might be because of a name thing, who he is, but at the same time, like at college, he didn't have a great offensive line. Obviously, he weren't playing for like one of the big colleges and stuff like that, but he made plays. He survived college football really well. For him to have been drafted where he was, to me, is still a travesty. Some people might say, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." It's a bit of a joke. But again, we'll go to their defense, like you said, and the main man himself, the historic man himself, the legend himself, who broke his own record, and we're only 11 games in. Myles Garrett, who broke the team sack record, which was his sack record. Yeah, and he's on track to go for the NFL record.
Yeah, I think the NFL record's gone because he's got 18 right now.
Yeah,
and the record is 22 and a half.
And he's got, is it 22 and a half?
Yeah, I think it's 22 and a half, the record. It's Michael Strahan. I believe so.
See.
That's at the top of the map.
Might be right. Yeah, you're right. So Strahan, and because I remember TJ Watt tied it a couple years ago.
Yeah. So what? We got 5 games left.
They got 6.
So they got 6 games left.
He could do it in the 5 though, because I think in the last 4 games he's got 13 sacks.
Yeah. But what he said, he needs 4 sacks in 6 games. Yeah, that record's gone, man. He could get 10.
Oh yeah, 5.
He could do it next week. But he could tie this next week.
He had 5 against the Patriots.
Yeah.
He can break it next week.
Yeah, it's better than
he had 5 against the Patriots alone.
Mm-hmm.
Flipping out.
Yeah, playing against the Niners next week. So yeah, he could. He honestly, they're at home as well. The Browns are at home. He honestly could do it next week. So yeah.
All right, just quickly looking at their schedule. They've got the Niners, Titans, Bears, Bills, Steelers, Bengals.
Well, regardless of getting done in the next 2 weeks, you said Niners and Titans.
Fair. All right, Myles Garrett.
Bills as well. The Bills are on that schedule. He's going to dominate. He by himself can do enough to dominate that O-line. So if Josh Allen got sacked 8 times, he's thinking, well, Josh Allen got sacked 8 times from the Texans. Oh, I can get 2 myself easy.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Let's just say I think within the next 3, max 4 games he'll break it, and that's me being nice to these teams. Superb player, absolutely legendary player. They should give him his Hall of Fame jacket right now. The only disparity, I don't know if that's the right word, is that we're not seeing him in the postseason, and we've not seen enough of him in the postseason. But yeah,
as a defensive player, it's hard to. You don't have the impacts. Well, it's not even that. Well, it is, but he's had 5 sacks in the game and it hasn't impacted the result. So, you get what I mean? You now understand that you're always a quarterback away. So that's why I think he's so happy that he's seeing what Shedeur could do. So he's like, okay, maybe if we started this with this guy, we would have got there. Because they've got a Super Bowl defense. They've got a Super Bowl defense. But their offense is high school. So,
that's not even college. High school.
High school. So, that's...
Yeah, Myles Garrett's not even 30. He's still 29, right? So, yeah, absolute legendary player. Jags, Cardinals. Honestly, I wanted the Cardinals to win this because of Trevor Lawrence's nonsense. He made up to win the game, but my gosh, someone said they should bench him. Earn them under 7-4.
Bro, I feel and understand why that person said they should bench him, because some of his decision making is so it's so odd, bro. The interceptions he throws, in the end zone, bro.
Anywhere, but yes, there especially
in the end zone.
I think he's leading the NFL in end zone interceptions.
Bro, it's madness. Even the one on his own goal line, basically. I'm thinking to myself, I was watching that exact play. I'm seeing the guy come from his right-hand side. For ages, I'm thinking, bro, throw the ball away. Move. move. Someone must be shouting to you, do something. And he just keeps looking. And then he goes and the ball pops up and into the D lineman's hand and he just walks it into the end zone. I'm like, this guy, I don't know what the Jags do. Because every time he makes a mistake, Liam Cohen, the head coach, is so confused.
Bro, he looks so bemused. Oh,
he's like, what? Who called this play?
That's it. It wasn't me or the OC.
Yeah.
This was part of the 50 schemes or whatever before the game.
Mm-hmm. His face is like, bro, we didn't call that. So what did you do to make this happen? Every time. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what they do with Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, they won the game, so we can't really complain too much. But they've been winning in spite of his performance the whole season. Bar the Chiefs game is the only game I've seen him actually do something to win the game. Other than that, bro, I've been watching him like try to lose games and they're winning.
Mate, it's like, I know you don't even use Twitter. That is exactly what I tweeted. I said, I think it might have been last night or this morning. That might be my first tweet. I said, I'm annoyed again thinking of the Jags beating the Chiefs because Trevor Lawrence had the game of his life, bro. Mm-hmm. Had to be against the Chiefs. I'm like, and they got the tiebreaker on us because it could be crucial for the playoff hunt. It's like,
yeah,
bro, like if the Cardinals didn't make some slight boneheaded plays themselves, they should have won that game.
Bro,
they didn't put them in positions to win that game.
The thing is, and Jacoby Brissett's playing well, you know.
He is, but he had a key turnover, if I'm not mistaken.
He's always gonna have one. Like I know that going into the game, and it's always gonna be at a weird time because he's basically a gunslinger. His arm strength is crazy. He can throw the ball, but sometimes I'm like, bro, you're now just don't throw the ball.
Actually, he didn't have a turnover. Sorry,
did he not? What happened? Oh, it might be a turnover on downs.
I think that's what. Yes, it was that. It was the final play of the game, the fourth and 5. I'm like, bro, and we spoke about this a couple weeks ago about the quarterbacks' decisions. The top quarterbacks don't do this. They don't go for the massive plays on 3rd and 4th downs or in key moments when you only have to get 5 yards.
Why are you going for a pass to the end zone?
I was like, but yeah, the Jags, they're somehow doing it. They're somehow winning. Just quickly gonna go through their schedule. Titans away, Colts at home, Jets at home, Broncos away, Colts away, and then Titans at home. So 3 games they should win in the Titans, Jets, Titans, and then they got the Colts twice, and then the Broncos away.
But that's the thing. They should win those 3 games, but they'll probably end up losing those 3 games against the bad teams and end up somehow winning against the Colts and the Broncos. That's how they play. Like it's not making sense. I just don't know what they're going to do with Trevor Lawrence. Like, do you continue next year with this same regime? Is he your quarterback going forwards? Or I don't think you go into the draft because your team's actually ready to win.
Yeah.
So do you go and get a Mac Jones, but does Mac Jones help you enough? Is he better than Trevor Lawrence? It's real difficult. Do you if the Browns don't want
Mac Jones was there last year, sorry.
Yeah, and he won great.
He played when Trevor and sorry, what's the wide receiver's name? I always get him mixed up.
Ryan Robinson.
He was second in the NFL last season in receiving yards, and he stepped up with Mac Jones.
Yeah,
even though Mac Jones went great, but yeah.
Well, my thing is, if the Browns don't want Shedeur Sanders, maybe just go out and get him because he doesn't cost you money.
It's not a bad shout, mate.
Do you get what I mean? He don't cost you money for the next 3 years, and you're in win now mode. So if you really want to win, and the Browns would take the only problem is the Browns won't take Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, no.
But they won't.
It might. They might because they're a silly organization.
Yeah.
No offense, but yeah, obviously should all just be drafted for other bits. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. I think Trevor Lawrence got 14 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I don't even know how much fumbles he's got that he's lost. But yeah, another 3 interception game yesterday. I was like, you're not Josh Allen to have those many turnovers that to then be Superman on the other side, but you got the win. So
Yeah.
Cowboys Eagles.
What?
What a game. What a game.
Yes. What a game of football. I thought, first half, the Cowboys were dead down in the water.
First quarter, bruv.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought they were dead down in the water. AJ Brown was getting the ball in his hands. The ball was moving. They were just causing turnovers. I said, okay, yeah. The Eagles came to play today. They said, we heard everything the media had to be saying, and everyone's been saying about we can't do this. Let's show them.
Mm-hmm.
That ended very quickly. And whatever AJ Brown has been saying is true. Yeah. When the defense can't stop people, yeah, the offense cannot win the game.
Mm-hmm.
That was proven yesterday. And credit to where credit is due to Dak Prescott. I'm going to credit George Pickens because CeeDee Lamb has been dropping the ball way too much.
CD was like this early in his career. Was it his first or second season? He dropped the ball quite. I think he might have led the NFL in drops at one point.
He's leading the NFL in drops right now.
Yeah, he is. But because Skip always used to say it years ago, bruv. Like then he became a CD Lamb fan when CD became great. But George Pickens might be wide receiver 1, bruv.
Bro, he's playing
some of those players, bruv. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, he's playing like it, and that's why I say credit to them specifically. Also, credit to the Cowboys defense because after the first quarter, yeah, they really stepped up. Even on special teams, you saw, I think it's Clark. You saw the play that he made, and you saw them create turnovers. The fumble on the forced fumble on Saquon, which was
another thing. The Eagles don't turn over the ball.
They don't, and when they do, you now see what happened. But the only thing is why you have to big up the Eagles defense in certain situations is because when they caused those fumbles, especially the one that was on like the 6-yard line from the punt, yeah, they did not give up points.
Great point. The Eagles defense, they're very good in the red zone as well.
Yes.
Like Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, their back end, they're just great in general. But like in the end zone, they're good at stopping teams.
Very hard to score on them. So, but I felt like momentum is a big thing, and you could see the momentum completely switch. And the Eagles couldn't do much. It got to a point where it was like their defense was just back on the field.
Quick one before you continue. Obviously, we both watched the game, but when I read this after the game, I was actually shocked. The Eagles didn't score for over 40 minutes of the game. Like when you read it or say it out loud, do you know how insane that is?
Yeah.
Obviously, because they were 21 up early in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But over 40 minutes in a game, when you've got offensive talent like that, let alone any team in the NFL should not be,
And in my head, I said, was a play calling, did it switch and become conservative, or was it just, this is what it's been, and they couldn't continue what they were doing? That's what I was trying to work out.
I saw Eagles fans saying like there was like when there was plays of the Giants, special plays, different kind of plays against the Lions. They were like, we beat the Lions, but we couldn't even put up points on them. Look at what the Giants offense have done. All these kind of just different play calling. And the Eagles play calling is just so, dare I say, vanilla or less than vanilla.
It is. It's like basic. You can see, everyone's seen it before. Last year it worked. This year it's not working. But you also have two of the best receivers in the league that you can throw the ball to. And, they had yards yesterday, but early on, if you stray away from something for no apparent reason, you're going to eventually lose the game, which happened. And the Cowboys took advantage of everything that the Eagles did wrong. And as they said, it was a playoff game. They're playing for their lives. The Eagles in the first quarter looked like they're playing for their lives. After that, the defense was, but the offense has been the hindrance to this team the whole season. And if they don't get it together sooner or later, that playoffs and this back-to-back championship run they're thinking about going on, it's not going to happen because there's looking like there's teams in the NFC right now that are better than them.
Yeah, mate. And you would have, Jalen Hurts, did turn over the ball. He had over 300 yards altogether, nearly 290 passing, 3 touchdowns altogether. You think if you said that before the game, you'd be like, yeah, the Eagles definitely won. They probably blew out the team. Do you know what I mean? But then when you look at the total yards, the Cowboys dominated them, nearly 140 in total yards.
Yeah.
70 passing yards, 60 more in rushing yards. It's like they just dominated them offensively. And like you said, credit to the Eagles defense, even though they lost, they kept them in the game.
Yes, they did multiple times because
Yeah.
the game should have probably been out of hand. The Cowboys should have probably scored on back-to-back plays, but then they go 3 and out or 4 and out anyway.
The turnovers they didn't punish.
Exactly. So big win for the Cowboys. Them trades that they made in on defense have actually made sense. They've actually made sense. So Jerry's done something right for once.
Yeah. The DTs, they're stopping the run.
Yeah.
And getting to the causing some pressure, to the quarterback. So,
and we know what their offense can do. So they're looking like they're an interesting one. What are they 5-5-1 right now? So
yeah, or is it? Let me check. Is it 4-5-1? No, you're right. 5-5-1 because their defense is getting healthier. Actually, Bland's only just come back 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. And then what's the pass rusher? I think yesterday was his first game.
The one from the Jets.
Overshawn.
Oh, okay. Not the
was yesterday his first game? I think it was. So like they're getting healthy. Obviously, Quinyon Williams pairing up with Kenny Clark. So no, I am that game against Chiefs, the Thanksgiving game. Obviously, the game's in Dallas. It's gonna be real interesting. That's probably gonna be the most viewed Thanksgiving game in NFL history.
Yeah. Because the Cowboys are playing well. The Chiefs are. Both teams need to win, and both teams are watchable. Everyone wants to watch both.
And when the Cowboys' offense is clicking, it's arguably the best in the NFL. So,
they're pretty much.
Big win against their divisional rivals, who they should arguably be first game of the season.
Yeah.
In Philly. Then the thunderstorm happened, and it just kind of killed their momentum. Yes. Final game, obviously, we know we're gonna leave the Saints, Falcons. Yes, because they're just but the best team. We've been saying it every week. There's a new best team, but this team might be the best team in the NFL because they've definitely outright got the MVP right now. Like he's miles ahead of anyone for me. Matthew Stafford, the Rams, absolutely dismantled the Bucs in the first half, and that was all that was needed.
They're healthy, and I think that's very key because their quarterback's old. You get what I mean? If you ever think about it, Matthew Stafford is old, but he's playing Matthew Stafford football. And we understand what they can do. Bro, you're right. I think this is the week where I'm going to say the Rams are the best team currently, maybe in the NFL. For me, for just what I'm seeing from them defensively, they are superb. I said it last week, but I'm going to say it again this week. They are superb. They cause problems for everybody.
So good.
Young as well. Young, hungry, and they're ready to go. Then you got the MVP right now at quarterback. You got Devontae Adams. You got Puka Nacua. You got so many weapons you can use. Williams is his name, the running back.
Kyron Williams, yeah.
Yes.
And then the backup Williams is backup running back.
Yeah.
Blake Corum or something.
Yes.
He's solid enough.
So they've got the perfect balance to really, really take this far. And we've seen last year, especially in the playoffs, they were the biggest contenders to the Eagles who eventually went on to win it. So
they played them the best easily out of every team in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. And last year, and the beginning of this year, people were saying, don't sleep on the Rams. And they're right because look at what they're doing. And it was only don't sleep on the Rams and the only weary thing was because Matt Stafford had a back injury, so we didn't know what was going on. But since he's come into the season, no concerns with the back, playing like the MVP. Yeah, man, the Rams look good. Real good. And the Buccaneers, they started well, but hey, my Panthers are going to be at the top of the division tonight.
Hey, that's a big claim. Rams have played 11 games. Stafford's got 30 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. some of the throws he made, he's got the best arm in the NFL. Like, he's got the best arm. Like, obviously, Aaron Rodgers is declining. Stafford's arm has not declined. Even though he's getting older, he's not mobile. Devontae Adams is leading the league in touchdowns, red zone monster. Like, his footwork is just stupid. That's a Hall of Famer. And then the partnership with Puka makes the plays. Like, just to get them down the field, and then Devontae Adams finishes it off. There was one where Stafford threw to Puka in the end zone. And then even the commentators, Puka didn't get it, but the commentators are like, yeah, Puka, that's your one chance. Devontae's back in now. Like, the Rams all around, they're great to watch, but like, if they do need to get them hands in the dirt, like we saw against the Seahawks, because their defense won them that game, they will. Like, superb team all around. Obviously the NFC is still open for the 1 seed, but they are, for me, the best team in the NFL with that outright MVP. Like, for me, Stafford can wrap up MVP within the next 3 games. Because I think the gap is so big.
The only one that's obviously going to come close is Drake May.
And even then, I still think Drake May's far behind him. For me, it was a top 3 of him, May, and Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor got stifled against the Chiefs, but yeah, Stafford's just clear.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Stafford being clear. It's just I feel like because they like the young, hungry, upcoming person, and the Patriots have rebuilt from nothing to something. They're gonna go, oh well, look how he's turned around the franchise. The Rams were good last year. That's what they say. The Rams were good last year. So, and you know what they like to do. The older the player gets, they don't like to, give you the MVP.
Nah, Stafford, give it to him and then put him in the Hall of Fame, bruv. Because even his overall record, now he's finally got a overall winning record in his career. He's 116 and 115 and 1 or something like that, or 117 and 115 and 1. I remember seeing when it was 115 or either last week or the week before. I was like, wow.
The only thing he's missing.
Huh?
The MVP is the only thing he's missing.
Yeah. Because we know, like, he's not had the all pros because obviously Detroit and stuff, but because of the numbers, everything, if he gets MVP, that's his way of getting into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rams, they're destructive. They're destructive. I mean, I'm gonna link it to your team, the Gooners, in our football, soccer, the ownership, the Cronkies.
Yeah.
The Nuggets look good. Obviously, they've got injury concerns at the moment, but the Rams and Arsenal, and I was reading, I might have said it to you weeks ago, I was reading like earlier this month about Sean McVay saying how much he learns off Arteta, like they stay in good comms together and stuff like that. And I was like, obviously, not that I was surprised, but I was like, oh, fair. Like, do you know what I mean? Just a crossover, and then you see it on visits, but the fact that he referenced Arteta recently and stuff like that, I was like, fair.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I like it. I like everything that's going on with the ownership around my football club, and the Rams are doing their thing. The Nuggets are doing their thing. They've all won the championship. It's just time for Arsenal to bring it home. Eze hat trick. We're all talking about NFL right now, but Eze, yeah, you see.
I haven't had to like his post. I couldn't be a hater.
Yeah.
He's one of the Mandem too, man. So you get me. You can't not hate on the Mandem. Don't like your fan base, but hey, it is what it is. But that wraps up our NFL Week 12. Great games, like Jacob said at the beginning of the episode. Hopefully, the rest of the NFL is as entertaining as this week. We've got the Thanksgiving games coming up, which should be really entertaining. And then, yeah, it's just the business end of the season. We might have big teams, big names missing out, but hey, it's the NFL. And we might have a shock winner. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, thank you all for listening, watching, tuning in, liking, subscribing, commenting, everything. We really appreciate it. As Dej likes to say,
tell a friend to tell a friend.
And then the main man himself, Jacob.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, what the man them say. Do thank you all. Joe, I am signing out.
Jacob. Signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.